like they've been really, really moved. And I believe through all the messages that have been shared in this platform, all our amazing audience have been really, really inspired. So to our audience online, please feel free if you happen to have any questions to Michelle, if you happen to have any questions to Scott, to Delicia, to Laura, please drop the questions in the chat box and we're gonna come back and attend to your questions. So I'm gonna be the next and final speaker because it's not gonna be a show without me showing up. So I'm gonna share I'm going to speak about the elephant in the room, which is abuse. Most families, it's abuse. So we're going to share about emotional, a little bit of physical, but it's going to be on the emotional aspect of abuse within families. So before I speak, or what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my bio. Let me see if I can get my bio. And then I will come back and speak. So please, please enjoy.
I want you, as you think about your dreams and goals, to put this down. Rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights, because you need to be clear about your career goals in order for you to gain guidance on professional development. Really, my goal as a mentor or as a coach, it's so simple. My goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs and other potential obstacles that you might be facing, and then design a plan of inspired action to empower you to pursue success and drive sustainable.
I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. Mom. So I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights.
Dr. Nampumalelo Rial Kunene is an international human rights policy analyst who consults on policies and procedures related to human rights compliance. She is a highly sought-after, energetic, certified Lace Brown international speaker. This passionate leader holds a PhD with a discipline in leadership and business. Dr. Rial N. Kunene is the author and host to Rise to Greater Heights, a book and YouTube channel to turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. She is also a coach, mentor, and an MC, well known for encouraging many to rise from mediocrity into greatness. Her vision is not only to motivate, but also to empower audiences with a fresh perspective inspiration they require to pursue success and drive sustainable outcomes. In a seriously funny way, Dr. Kunene is an award-winning author, 10 times #1 Amazon and international best-selling author. Her #1 best-selling book, Rise to Greater Heights, has inspired and empowered many to pursue their personal and professional passion to become go-getters. As a trainer, diplomacy protocol officer, and strategist, Rial believes that we are in full control of our choices. Her mission is to meet the needs and transform lives of her clients and her audience. She is also a true advocate for creating new policies that uphold human rights and prevent human rights violations. Dr. Kunene's purpose is to teach everyone about human rights and help organizations understand and promote human rights. Her goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs, then design a plan of inspired action to empower you to achieve specific outcomes in your life. This change maker, trailblazer, and revolutionary is pushing boundaries and creating a real change worldwide. Like a phoenix that never accepted defeat and rose from its own ashes, she wants to challenge you to unleash your greatness and rise to greater heights. Dr. Rial N. Kunene wears many hats. As a professional certified sales manager, CEO, certified travel counselor, publisher, medical esthetician, philanthropist, and a commissioner for oaths, Following her dreams gave her purpose to see her goals through and understand that she does have everything she needs to reach her full potential. Her everyday message is that your journey to be a better person starts with you. So knowing who you are to your core will make you understand that you are the only one who can accomplish your dreams. Hebrews 11, Psalms 27 and 40 keeps her to rise to greater heights. The sky is no longer the limit, but now the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Kings and queens, please join me. Welcome, Dr. Rial in Kunene.
Wow. Thank you so much, Amazings, because I can't fit in your shoes the way you've shared every nugget on the topic, everything family. I'm like, what's left then? What's left? And Delicia, she mentioned that we'll have to pray with a pure heart for our families. Laura, on the other side, she was like, as a single parent, you'll have to learn to encourage and celebrate yourself. And then Scott, he came everything, relationships are a two-way street, not a one-way street. And then Michelle on the other side, she was like, you'll have to understand God's purpose in your life. He has better plans for you, plans to prosper you. So I'm like, what's left? What's left? But anyways, I'm gonna get started. Before I get started, please write this down. What are human rights? What are human rights? Because in each and every family, in each and every relationship, you've got your own human rights in your community. So you'll have to understand human rights. So since I'll be talking about this very, very sensitive topic, which is human rights and domestic violence. Yes, I've mentioned abuse because we're gonna address the elephant in the room. I just want to disclaim that I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychologist, but as a human rights analyst, as an advocate to end domestic violence, I've come to learn that the shame surrounding domestic violence is a barrier to talking about the issue. So we need to take the necessary actions to break the vicious cycle with confidence, because we are the backbone of interventions to support many, many victims around us and to end violence in their lives. So we need to raise awareness on human rights, on domestic violence, because I believe that we need to stand for a world where no one shall live in fear, maybe because of their gender, because of their skin color, and where the criminal justice system treats everyone fairly and equally. So what are human rights? What comes into your mind when you hear the word human rights? Human rights. You can put it in the chat box. I just want to know, I just want to see what comes into your mind when you hear the word human rights. I'll come back and check if you really, really understand your human rights, because you were born with 30 Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So human rights are the fundamental rights and freedoms that are inherent to all human beings, regardless of your gender, nationality, place of residence, sex, ethnicity, religion, or even your skin color. So human rights are not just about the law. So human rights are non-discriminatory, meaning that all human beings are entitled to them, and you can never, ever be excluded from your own human rights. You may ask me why? Because come on, these are God-given fundamental rights and freedoms. Good people, you really don't have to see the whole staircase in life to get to the top, but you need to take the first step to get to the top. As my mentor always say, that you have to get started to become great in life. So get started. You don't have to be great to get started, but you'll have to get started to become great in life. So get started today. Learn to do good, seek justice, correct oppression, bring justice to the fatherless, and plead the widow's cause. So get started today, seek justice, correct oppression, and bring justice to the fatherless, and remember to plead the widow's cause. So we're going to address mainly on the emotional aspect of abuse. What is emotional abuse? What do you understand about emotional abuse? How to actually spot that you've been emotionally abused? We're going to talk about that. So emotional abuse really is a way to control another person by using emotions to criticize, embarrass, shame, blame, or otherwise manipulate that person. I don't know. I'm getting tongue-tied. Maybe it's because it's a sensitive topic. I don't know. I'm just getting tongue-tied. So in general, a relationship is emotionally abusive when there is a consistent pattern of abusive words and bullying behaviors that can wear someone's self-esteem and undermine their mental health. That's when you will know, what that's an emotional abuse. We'll have to understand that overall abuse is a cycle, much like the cycle of addiction. Emotional abuse as well as physical abuse can be perpetuated over and over again in a clinical fashion that consists of four phases, which is tension, incident, reconciliation, and calm. I'm not too sure. Someone must be muted. Okay, let me mute someone because I keep on. Yes, now I believe we are good. So when we talk of tension, like during the tension phase, the relationship is especially strained, resulting in a communication breakdown and fear building. Eventually, this tension, they explode in the actual incident now that can involve like blaming, arguing, intimidation, threatening. And then afterwards, the abuser will kind of apologize, but may still blame the victim or trivialize the incident. And then the final stage is often referred to the kind of honeymoon phase when all problems have been forgotten. And of course, like just like addiction, the tension will soon begin to build again, and the cycle it gets started. So even if you're in the honeymoon phase now, it's likely only a matter of time before the cycle begins again. So it's a wake-up call. It's time to gain more knowledge, good people, about human rights, about domestic violence, because domestic violence, it can happen anywhere to anyone, male or female, it can happen. So it's a wake-up call. But when that alarm clock goes off, please don't ever hit the snooze button. Don't be like, I will wake up in the next 2 minutes. I will wake up in the next 4 minutes. You know what? Forever is a long time. Why don't you wake up, get going, and make a difference in this world, and understand the signs of emotional abuse. It's very critical to understand the signs of emotional abuse. First things first, to understand the signs, you realize that the individuals, they are kind of judgmental towards you. They always have an opinion about a lot of what you say, what you do, or you think. And then they tend to ignore your boundaries. They invade your privacy, which includes being possessive or even controlling. And they make it a point to isolate you from your loved ones, from the people in your life who care about you. They make it a point that they separate you from those people. So in such a way that they are very, very manipulative. They can guilt trip you and make you doubt yourself. They often dismiss you and your feelings, saying that you are too sensitive, or even calling you crazy, or even make fun of your achievements or hopes and dreams. So these are signs that you should be watching to see that, am I really surrounded by someone who is abusing me emotionally? And emotional abuse also deals with a narcissist. So you'll have to watch out for signs if in your household, in your family, you might have a narcissist in that family. So a narcissist is an extremely, if I say extremely, it's extremely self-centered person who has an exaggerated sense of self-importance. So individuals who have a narcissistic personality, they believe that they are superior or even unique compared to others in the household. So you'll have to understand the signs. Even if you're married, maybe you might be married to a narcissist. I'm not saying leave your marriage, but you'll have to understand the signs. The fact that they have like a very few or no long-term friends, it's a sign that this person might be a narcissist. They lack empathy and they can never, ever compliment you. They always think they are right and often gaslight you. So gaslighting is a form of manipulation where the manipulator is trying to get you to question your own reality or even your memory, maybe your perceptions. And narcissists, they like hawking the conversations. They love to constantly talk about their own accomplishments and achievements with grandiose. And they do this because they, you know what, they feel better, or they feel like they're smarter than everyone else around them. And also because it helps them to create an appearance of being self-assured. So narcissists will often exaggerate their accomplishments, and they kind of embellish their talents in these stories in order to gain adoration from others. So they are also too busy You know, they're always busy talking about themselves. I'm this, I'm that, I'm that, than to listen to you. First, your partner, or maybe your relative, or whosoever in that household, in your family, they will never stop talking about themselves. And second, they won't engage in a conversation about you. I'm going to give you a test. Consider these questions. What happens when you start talking about yourself? Do they ask follow-up questions and express interest to learn more about you, or do they make it all about them? So test, put this on test. Do they like, maybe I'll start talking about myself. Will they not cut me off as I'm talking about myself, and then bring their stories in this conversation? So please, good people, watch for these signs to see if you don't have a narcissist within your family. So I'll also share on how you can actually heal from this, heal from emotional abuse. How can you heal from this? First things first, we have professionals who have been trained just for this. So you'll have to seek professional help. Tell yourself the truth, because denial is a hallmark of abuse. So seek professional guidance. And there is no one size fits all prescription for healing. So you need a trained professional to assess your situation and your safety, to help you deal with emotional baggage from the past, and to help you kind of develop a strategy for change, because you need change at the end of this. So go out there and seek professional help. And you'll have to find and maintain healthy relationships. Find and maintain healthy relationship, because it's so critical to seek support from friends, from family, and ideally your community, your church, or whatever you call it as your community. Seek help from there. Always be willing to reach out to your community for support. But remember that most of the communities that we have, they may not have the same training as professional counselors. So yes, you can still reach out to your community. They can always refer you to someone that they know who can help you from whatsoever you're dealing with. So go out there and seek professional help. It helps. Open up, speak, like Laura mentioned, that you'll have to speak about your situation. You may never know that by speaking, you're just saving just one soul. So as flight attendants always say, that put on your oxygen mask first to yourself before you go out there and assist the next person to you. Because if you don't put that oxygen mask first, you might go down. You might go down. You and that other person you're trying to help, you can possibly go down. So put on that oxygen mask first to yourself, to save yourself first before you go out there and try to be Jesus in the whole entire world. Because the reality is, your journey to be a better person starts with you. So knowing who you are to your core will make you understand that you have everything around you to reach to your full potential. So I just want you, I really want you to affirm this with me. I want you to place your right hand on your chest and raise your left hand as we affirm that we can have the drive within us to become what we really want in life. We can have the drive within us to, can you say this after me? I can have the drive within me to become what I really want in life. Can you say this one more time, as if you have faith in your own powerful voice? And guess what? It will echo throughout the whole universe. I can have the drive within me to become what I really want in life. Yes, just give yourself a random applause, because you can have the drive within you to become what you really want in life. You can have the drive within you to be where you want to be in life. No one else, but it has to start from the inside of you. You know, it's so funny how my mom and dad gave me this beautiful, beautiful name, Nompumelelo. I know my name, when people try to say my name, they always butcher my name. But Nompumelelo, it has a meaning. My name has a beautiful meaning. It means mother of all success. So you can see that I am really, really challenged to chase after success. No matter what comes my way, I'll have to chase after success. So if I may ask you, how many of you have dreams and goals that you want to achieve? Maybe, let me say, in the next 6 months. I know myself, I am one of those people. I want you, as you think about your dreams and goals, to put this down. Rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights, because you need to be clear about your career goals in order for you to gain guidance on professional development. So as a coach or as a mentor, like many of us here, my goal is so simple. My goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs and other potential obstacles that you might be facing, and then design a plan of inspired actions to empower you to achieve specific outcomes in your life. That's my whole goal. I so wish that you can just tell yourself that, you know what, all these amazing speakers here have shared more nuggets on everything family, on how to overcome challenges in those families, on how to spot signs of abuse in those families. I so wish that you can tell yourself that, you know what, it's high time I go out there and be the change in my family. It's high time I go out there and be the change in my community. But in order for you to go out there and be the change and make a difference, you've got to be hungry. You've got to be hungry like the hungry lion in the jungle. That hungry lion in the jungle, really, it doesn't matter what kind of animal comes his way. It doesn't matter if you're that giant elephant or that small squirrel by the jungle. All that hungry lion sees in front of his face is lunch. And it's so funny because even with elephants, what they do when they see a lion is that they run. It's all about the mindset. Once you believe, you become. They already told themselves that, you know what, I am a lunch to that lion. So each and every time when I see a lion, I'll have to run. I believe that's the lion mindset that we need in order for us to make a difference in this world, because I believe that we all rise together and we rise to greater heights, and we rise by lifting each other up than tearing anyone down. So that's the lion mindset that we need in order for us to be the change in this world. Please write this down. Write this down in conclusion. Resilience to greatness. Resilience to greatness. You know, it's so funny. When I was in the eighth grade, I was nicknamed Phoenix. I was nicknamed Phoenix after writing a composition using the idiomatic expression that says, I rose from the ashes like a phoenix bird. Excuse me. I rose from the ashes like a phoenix bird, meaning I became successful again. So that English teacher, really, she didn't know that the nickname Phoenix, it resonates with me. And it also aligns with my destiny. So for those of you who don't know the phoenix bird, the phoenix is a Greek mythological bird believed to rise from its own ashes after being buried like hundreds of years ago. This immortal creature acquires new life by rising from the ashes of its own ancestor, which represents our capacity for vision and success. So I want to encourage you, if you're watching and listening under my voice, that when your world comes crashing down, wear your scars to show how a phoenix feels like to die from inside, and trust in your own capability to rise from your own ashes, since the phoenix has to die, burn, experience pain before resurrection from its own ashes. So I know you've heard this before, that your setback is your setup for your comeback. Your setback is your setup for your comeback. So if I can be honest with you, I don't know what goals you've set for the next 6 months. I don't know what dreams you have for your own future, but here is one thing I know about you. You are destined for greatness. Inside of you, God has put seeds of excellence. And those seeds are supposed to grow and flourish. But many people have become crippled by their past encounters. And some have stepped over other people to get to the top. Come on, somebody, come on. But I believe that God has a better plan for everyone. And your objective is what you are designed for and the reason why you live today. With God, I believe that you are destined for greatness as long as you follow his strategy. This is when the growth commences, because discovering your gift and following God's idea will make you understand that you have everything around you to reach your full potential. My everyday inspiration, Mr. Les Brown, he once said, if you had to die today, at this very moment, at this hour, what dreams, what ideas, what visions, what goals, what skills, what talents, and what books will die with you? And the late Dr. Miles Monroe continued saying that the richest place on this planet is the cemetery, because that's where all the dreams, all the visions, all the goals, all the skills, all the talents have been buried. Honestly, I don't know about you, but with me listening to all these amazing messages, it just gave me sleepless nights. And I remember it very well when I first started writing my book, Rise to Greater Heights, which is a comprehensive guide to turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. And I didn't stop there. Like I've mentioned, that I believe that we need to stand for a world where no one shall live in fear because of the color of their skin, and where the criminal justice system treats everyone fairly and equally. If you remember it very well, May 25th, 2020, George Floyd died in police custody in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I believe that everyone is born free and everyone has the right to life. So I decided to write this book, Human Rights, because you know what? I believe that we are all, not half of us, we are all equal in dignity. We are all equal in dignity. It doesn't matter where we were born or what kind of family we were born into. We are all equal in dignity. And you may have to ask yourself, what's holding you back? What's holding you back from going confident in the direction of your dreams? Is it fear, mediocrity, procrastination, distraction? Really, what's holding you back? Kings and queens, it's so essential to assess your goals' progress, because at the end of the day, you'll have to cultivate your mindset for success. Cultivate your mindset for success. And you know what? You've got this within you that you can always bounce back to life, no matter what comes your way. Bounce back your life. Bounce back to your life. Resilience to greatness. So I believe with all these books, they have the potential to completely revolutionize every aspect of your life and career. And I also have a free transformation guide for you. It's available on my website, www.risetogreaterheights.com. So with this free transformation guide, trust me, you'll be able to explore leadership, empowerment, being purpose-driven, mentorship, coaching, resilience to greatness, emotional intelligence, mental health, and many, many more topics, including spiritual growth, as well as successful parenting. Because growing up, I didn't have much in life because my father decided to have an early departure from this planet Earth. And I thank God that I missed that flight, because I'm still here. I'm still sharing my message. I'm still changing the world, because I had everything because of my mama's love. And I love you, love you, love you so much, Mom. So I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Bunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, amazing speakers. So at this moment, please feel free to share with the audience how they can reach out to you. If you have any upcoming events, any book you want to promote, any freebie you want to share with the audience, and remember to share your final thoughts on this topic, everything family. So Delicia, the stage is yours, Queen.
Blessings, blessings, blessings. I'm so honored to be here. Thank you again, Dr. Rill, for inviting me to come on. And I would just like to thank everybody for your beautiful words of encouragement, Scott, Michelle, and Laura. Thank you so much. And thank you, Dr. Rill, for sharing that awesome information. I'm so inspired from everyone. I'm so inspired. Yes, I have some freebies actually. If somebody would contact me, I have it's a pamphlet called Pray Without Ceasing. I would like to give this away. Also, I would like to give away the book called, it's called Proverbs 31 and 25. And also I want to give away, it's called A Woman's Guide to Spiritual Warfare. So if anyone contact me on Facebook or Facebook Messenger, I will send you this, the first person that contacts me, I will send you this variety of gifts to you. Also, I do have an upcoming book. It's called Queen Esther's Royal Code, where we finished the book. Me and Dr. Rill with us. Queen Esther's Royal Code is coming out. Well, it has come out, but I want to be a blessing to somebody for that as well. Maybe the second person that contact me for that book. And the way you can reach me for that book is 904-516-8604. Contact me for that book as well. Also, I'm a mentor. If you just need prayer, my prayer line is 904-516-8604. Also, my website, www.ipwhipministries.org. And thank you again for allowing me to come on, Dr. Rill.
Thank you so much, Delicia. I believe that the audience will reach out to you and get those freebies. Get those freebies. I don't call it freebies anymore. I call it complimentary, because when you think of the word free, you're like, oh, it doesn't have any value. So they should go out there and reach out to you. Thank you so much, Delicia, for sharing with us. You can go ahead, Laura, and share with the audience, please.
Yes, again, thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed listening to everybody and their topic. and Scott for reminding us that relationships are two people, reciprocation, not just a one-way street. So in his journaling, thank you again, Scott, great reminder to journal our journeys. And Michelle, incredible with God's purpose, and to remember that just because we're afflicted doesn't mean we're faithless. So again, very inspiring. The conversations about family being first and emotional abuse and narcissism all come into, I love how each of us, our discussions kind of just came together in reminding people to love themselves and watch for God's purpose and miracles. So thanks again for having me. If you want to reach out to me, you can find me if you're on the professional side of LinkedIn. It's just Laura M. Troyer, MBA. And if you're on Instagram, Laura_Moscato_adventures. And I would love to hear from you. Feel free to message me on either one. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Laura. I believe our audience will reach out to you for sure, because they need this, the encouragement, the way you encourage us, single parents. You know what? Yes, I've been there, I've done that. You can do it. So
Yes.
Thank you so much, Laura. You can go ahead, Scott, and share with the audience.
Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you very much to all the speakers, Delicia, Laura, Michelle, and yourself, Dr. Reel. It's been fantastic. Thank you very much for having me on too. And if you want to get in contact with me, I'll drop the links into the Facebook comments, and you can get my journal, or you can get in touch with me through there. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Scott. For sure, they'll have to and get your journal, because really it's like life changing. It's the way you've shared that it's a personal development kind of journal, right?
Yeah, and it's so easy to use, and that's the thing about it. I've used many different journals, and being able to create my own one that caters for everything that I took from all the different journals. It just works really well.
Wow. No, our audience should definitely reach out to you. And you are the only man here. So many men reach out to Scott.
Thank you.
So you can go ahead, Michelle, and share with the audience, please.
Well, thank you guys, all of you guys. I truly enjoyed all of you guys. And thank you, Dr. Reel, for allowing us to have this space. I would also like to give out a freebie of a one-on-one coaching session with anyone who would like it. It could be in anything that you need coaching in. I'll do business coaching as well. So I can be reached. My website is www.colessbusinessservices.com. I'll also, like Scott, I'll also put the website link down in the chat area, and you guys can contact me that way again. Again, thank you guys so much for this opportunity to share.
Thank you so much, Michelle. And they should go out there. I'm not too sure if the other 3 books, you mentioned 17 and then 3 more. I'm not too sure if they're out, so they should go out there. At least grab 1 book from Michelle, because you need this.
I have a book that's coming. It's actually a book collaboration. My sister Helped Me Heal Volume 4. And right now we are actually doing the bestsellers author campaign. Wow. So I'll also put that in the comment section as well, that if you guys like to go and support and download that copy of My Sister Helped Me Heal Volume 4.
Wow. So good people, go out there and reach out to Michelle. Thank you so much, Michelle. Thank you so much to our amazing speakers for being with us here today at Rise to Greater Heights Network. Honestly, we don't take your presence here for granted. We are honored, we are blessed, for you pouring into our lives it's life-changing. We've been really, really inspired. So thank you so much, amazing speakers. And to our audience online, thank you so much for joining us here today at Rise to Greater Heights Network, where you can turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. I hope from all these amazing messages, from all these amazing speakers, you've been inspired, you've been motivated, and you are ready to rise to greater heights.